If you enjoy the content on this channel and would like to help me out with the production of more content for this channel, then please consider supporting me on Patreon, link in the description down below. Hello everybody, this is SeetherCord, and welcome to another installment of my SeetherTalks series here on YouTube. Today's episode of SeetherTalks is going to be a little more on the serious side for today, so there's not going to be any happy background music going on. There's not going to be any stupid video clips I'll put in post-editing to make the video even more stupid than it usually is. I'm just going to be more on the serious side for today because I want to talk about something that I'm very passionate for today. And also, I want to excuse if you guys can notice that this video is a little bit more on the disorganized side, because usually I type out like a script, or not really a script, but more of a general idea with bullet points on what to really discuss in the video before I record it. But for today's video, I'm not really going to do that. It's going to be more so all the thoughts in my head I'm going to be expressing out, edited of course in post-production, but for the most part, it's just going to be my thoughts through the microphone, through my mouth, because of the fact that I really can't write down a script for this video because I feel like it's hard to really write it down on paper. So for today's topic, I really want to talk about self-confidence and really growing it over time, and how I feel like I've really come a long way in expressing my self-confidence more. Not fully, but I feel like I have come a long way, and really I want to give my experience of how I really got to this point and how I want to express to you guys on giving you advice of how to get to where I am now. Because I know I have a lot of young people watching me that maybe not have that much self-confidence in themselves because, you know, furries. But I really do hope this video can help you guys. So to begin, most of my life, I never really saw myself as being that confident. I really was insecure and shy most of the time when I was growing up, and slowly but surely over time, I feel like I have grown myself to be a little more well-spoken. I feel like I've slowly but surely, not fully completely, I still feel like I'm kind of awkward, but I do feel like over time I have slowly gained a little more social skills to where I'm a better person when it comes to representing myself through what I say in conversation and through my body language. I feel like the main cause of why I had such little self-confidence growing up through most of my childhood was probably because of influences of people around me, be it certain family members or school teachers or other students when I was growing up in school, and also because of my own form of negativity and was being kind. And also I would say would have to be my own form of negativity and not really putting in that much effort to think more positive. Because I do feel like some people are naturally born confident in themselves, and that can be both a good thing and a bad thing, because if you're naturally born confident, it could lead you to having overconfidence, maybe being a little bit narcissistic or egotistical. But however, it can save you the trauma of having to go through the process of gaining your self-confidence like I had to do. I would say that over the years, I have grown to believe that if you are born with little to no self-confidence, gaining self-confidence is something that you need to practice and learn from to really get it. And I really don't know how to fully express like a specific way on how to gain your self-confidence, but in a more generalized sense, getting self-confidence is something you receive by having life experience, going through maybe like trauma or so, finding different ways of seeing yourself in the mirror, probably understanding yourself a little bit better, be it through both your strengths and your weaknesses. And overall, the last one would have to be just having more of a better or positive opinion of yourself. Because I do see that a lot of people, be it if they're YouTubers or being if they're other people that don't do YouTubers or any form of way of how they express themselves in the world, they tend to rely a lot on self-deprecation in expressing themselves. Growing up, I thought that self-deprecation worked well a lot for me because I felt like, hey, I don't think that highly of myself. If I make fun of myself for how bad of a person I am, it'll make me come off as more likable, which makes absolutely no sense, I know, but that was how my brain mindset kind of worked, because I really did not like myself at all when I was young. I thought I was very stupid. I thought I was very socially awkward. I thought I was very annoying, unlikable in general, and that no one would ever want to be my friend. Which, now that I'm older and looking back at my childhood, it doesn't really make any sense and comes off as kind of a ridiculous mindset I had, because now that I'm looking at myself in more of a realistic sense and thinking back, I wouldn't say there was a lot of people that were nice, because there were a lot of mean people when I was growing up, but there were definitely other people that maybe did relate to me or so, who did genuinely like my personality, that I kind of pushed out because I was just so negative that I thought everyone hated me, and I didn't realize that there were some people that actually enjoyed me as a person.
Hey Goop, what's up? Cool binder. Hey Goop, wanna come over to my house today?
They all hated me.
And that whole thing just goes back into how when you really have a low opinion of yourself or have very low self-confidence, it really does mess up and distort your opinion of yourself. If you look yourself in the mirror and you have very low self-confidence, and if you point out all your flaws, it's okay to acknowledge the fact that you have flaws, but I feel like if you have low self-confidence, you feel like those small, little, insignificant, bad qualities of yourself are just awful. It makes you a terrible person. Like, oh, if you do this one thing wrong, it makes you an extremely terrible person. And you know why people do that a lot? It's because you're hard on yourself, and you can't continue to be very hard on yourself because it's going to make you extremely unhappy. And that's the thing. Now that I feel like I have grown a little more over the past few years of learning from my mistakes and acknowledging the things that I'm both good and bad at, I feel like I'm more happier as a person because I'm accepting now of the fact that I have flaws and everybody has flaws. And I do go by the mindset that everyone is equal. No one's better or worse as a person. And I feel like that mindset is very important if you're hard on yourself, because I feel like that mindset can help you realize that there's no need to compare yourself to other people. There's no need to think that you're in competition with other people or have to like overwork and stress yourself to be a perfect person, because you're never going to be perfect. In my opinion, I feel like you just need to accept the fact that you have flaws, but not necessarily to the point where you should just like not improve as a person. Focus a lot on your good qualities, but also acknowledge your bad qualities. But when you acknowledge your bad qualities, don't think they make you a bad person. Just accept the fact that you have flaws and try to work on improving on those flaws to make yourself a better person. Because I personally do strive to become a better person every day, because I know I'm not perfect, but I want to improve and be a better person because I'm working towards it every day. And that's pretty much it for this episode of SeetherTalks for today. That was probably the heaviest video I've ever made on this channel, really. I'm sorry if this video does come off as very different from what I'm usually making. I barely ever make videos like this, but I feel like this video is very important to make because I do feel like a lot of people that do watch me are very young and have low self-confidence, but I want those people that watch me to hopefully get to that level of appreciating themselves. And that, to me, I feel like is a very important thing to do. So that pretty much wraps up this episode of SeetherTalks for today. If you enjoyed this video and you want to further help out my content, please consider donating to my Patreon page, hitting that like button, turning on that notification bell, and subscribing altogether. I've been SeetherCord, and I will see you guys next time. So, goodbye, everyone. I'm not doing anything suspicious, really. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, sure you are. Look at his smug fucking face. Look at his fucking face! Oh! Anyway.